Please like the video, subscribe, click the bell, get the notifications. Today, I'm going to be looking at what Brandon Allen did in replace of Brock Purdy in Lambeau Field. So let's kick back, turn on the tape, enjoy some football in my film room.
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Motion in 3x1, almost like a bunch look. Ooh, almost picked off. So what they're doing here is a post by Pearsall, dig by Debo, and this angled out by Kittle. As you can see, this post is essentially just going to cancel out the safety. The defense are running a quarter, half. So the play really is focused on the dig and this out. So we're going to use Walker as like an inside or out read, as instead of like a high-low. Now, Walker never gets outside the hash, so I think this is a misread by Allen, where the ball should have gone, should have been Kittle at the bottom of the screen. And I think that someone up top recognized it, because the next play I go over, you're going to have use check over here. He's going to motion. He's going to run the same thing, and they pop it for a 14-yard gain. So they must have seen up top, went back to it soon after, and just different play with the same route for it to work. And if you watch this, just watch 7, and keep in mind this curl to flat defender on the quarter side. Pearsall disrupts him, gets in conflict, and which ends up driving him back more before he gets to his curl spot, then flattens after. So he gets disrupted because of Pearsall, because he decided to get physical, right? That actually helped out the play to open this up. And with Walker never getting outside the hash, right, to open up this window for Debo, right, the read is out here. So recognizing, let me see where his foot hits. Boom, foot hits. All right, he's midway through the hash. He was disrupted, and we have this route. We should have seen a hitch, adjust our hips to this direction, and make this throw with Kittle plenty of space on the sideline. Yeah, you'll see from the end zone angle, it's even more obvious how small of a window this was. Allen just try to push the envelope a little bit, gets to his back foot, and you'll see this window is extremely small. Okay. Throws it anyway, and there's Debo coming. It's not going to happen. Should have been a pick. Foreshadows a pick that happens later in this game, because it's also when he's trying to throw a dig. Here's the next play where we work that angled out. This time it's use check. So McCaffrey, he is starting over here, and this is basically bounce motion just to flip to the other side. Use check will be coming down this angled out. We have a way to kind of pick the traffic to get outside with this hitch by Jennings. And on the back side, basically as a way to protect ourselves, Devo's on this in-breaking inside release post. Kittle is on the outside released, angled out, similar to what you have on this side with use check. So basically this is kind of like a man side. This is more our zone side. So the guy we're reading here in this case, because I'll move him over a little bit. This motion brought 45 line of scrimmage. Now he's even more out of position to cover this because they're still running their quarter half. Right, so we have our half, quarter, meaning that 45 on line of scrimmage still has the responsibility of curl to flat. So use check is able to just basically run right by him with plenty of space. Jennings is here in a sense on the hitch so that any traffic, meaning the guy in question here, 45, would almost have to go around, pick a way to go around him to get to this route. So it's a glorified pick, but this is what they saw up top from the previous play I went over, and looks like they went back to this route just a different way. 45 only drops back, is late to flats, wide open use check. 14-yard gain for first down. Let's see 45 from the end zone. Our motion again. That motion brings him up. Here's our read. He drops back before going out, gives us that route. See, we're in back pedal, right? And use check is already in position, foot the ground, easy read for Allen. .549 left in the first half. It's 1st and 10. We're going to have this 3-by-1 to start, but Kittle and use check, they both come to the left side. So let this run. Close field. Play action stretch. And we check it away. So use check was outside of Kittle. He motioned down into this wing, which prompts the defense to change their coverage. They had like more of a 2-high look, then they rolled it to go 1 high. They're running cover 3 here. So we have a curl flat, hook curl, and curl flat. The issue with the play really comes down to one block and a misread. So the O-line is all selling stretch to the right. And that is why Kittle's job is to ensure that 55 does not cross his face. Caffrey's out here. Here's that play action. Now 55 is successful here in swimming Kittle. And so typically what you're trying to do is trying to block him to make him go wide. But because of the swim move that he puts on Kittle, he's able to actually be in a direct line to Allen. Allen gets worried, sees someone at his feet, and drops his eyes, missing the concept because we have Jennings now on the dig and Devo clearing, and this is wide open. We just miss it. action. The swim by 55 on Kittle. And so he has a direct line to Allen. You'd prefer that he gets worked out here to give Allen a little more time to step up, because we have this pocket. We just need another one here to give him somewhere to go. But recognizes that there's a guy right on him, tries to get away, gets turned around. And the mistake here, besides Kittle missing the block, I would say is Allen not reestablishing himself in the pocket, getting his hips turned back in the correct direction to be in a passing posture. And because we have Jennings wide open, there's no one there. He is out of the play. He's out of the play. Debo takes him out of the play. The only defense that Green Bay has is to drop into this position. That's it. So he doesn't get his eyes back and ends up just throwing this to the sideline. So let's look at the end zone angle, get an idea of how they're blocking this up. Use check over. They change that cover 3 look. Kittle comes over to shuffle right in between the tackle and use check. Kittle is tasked with sealing the backside edge. On the line, they're working right to sell this stretch action. Use check is kind of reading 45. So he kind of works his feet, realizing that he's not coming, and he's kind of just waiting around for use check, so that tells use check to just run the flat. You'll see here how Kittle, probably bad positioning. All right, gets swum. That's not even a word. He swims him. Straight line. Allen doesn't see it till late. Foot slips out a little bit right there, you can see. The surface was a bit of an issue with a lot of people in this game, so need better spikes, man. Get the screw-ins. You're doing molding, you're wrong on that field. And he's stepping up. The edge almost gets him, but is able to get out of it. But never gets his hips back, because you see these feet right here at the top. That's Jennings running by himself. And I wasn't sure if, I was thinking maybe at first he was worried about him, right? Obviously, I don't know what he's looking at. He's on the ground. We're blocked up. And it's the only guy that's a threat. But need to flip your hips back and rip this. In panic, he just throws it away. Okay, we're starting out in a 3-by-1. McCaffrey was on this side of the quarterback. Now he's motioning here, but he actually only settles there for a second, works back in between the tackle and Kittle before getting set. The defense here, they're running just a cover 1 blitz. So they it looks like because the Niners basically go empty here, they decide to bring pressure, which I think that's a pretty common thing that a lot of teams do. No backs in the backfield, send 5 and try and get to the quarterback. I'm going to let this run. See there. Safety's following McCaffrey. This is a really nice design play. Basically a glorified pick. Are we seeing a similar theme? Pretty sure we are. So try to give some easy gimme plays for Allen. In this case, it's a very simple play, very simple concept behind it, and it just works well. Jennings is on Finn, so is Debo, and so is Pearsall. Finn is 5 and in. That's what we refer to it as. So here's our deep middle safety. Everyone else locked up, locked up, locked up. The safety was back. He followed McCaffrey on him, and then this corner is on the point man, which is Kittle. Our pressure guy is Walker. He is going to become the 5th rusher. What I like about this play, maybe I just like big plays, but anyway, what I like about this play is that Kittle does a great job of selling this. No, he has a ref on the right. He shows that his right arm is free, but he'll hook his left arm and drive this guy out, make it look like he's just trying to run a vertical route. He actually gets a 2-for-1 where this defender is stacked behind and is reading McCaffrey. So because Kittle works this so well on this route, pushing out the guy over top of him off and then working his own defender into him, he has to try and get over the top of this, and this angled out is just too hard to cover. So let's just watch here. Kittle, he's going to drive him out. He's going to keep one arm free to make it look like he's trying to run, but he's blocking him. Let's be real. Working him out to give McCaffrey a ton of space. So arm free on the outside, hooked arm on the inside. Ref on the right, no ref on the left. Okay. So he's going to keep working this, trying to act like he's trying to get off a hold. Does a good job selling it. He does have commercials, so he can act. And it pushes it into this safety where the safety has a hard time playing McCaffrey. So here it gets stacked up. There is not in a position to play this. He might think that he has time to get over top, but he is just running this out. So well designed. The sidelines were open all through this game. And they hit on him and get him out. Just not enough. So looking for the end zone. McCaffrey goes out, comes back in, gets set. There we go. He's going to work the point man. All right, through him to run this out. Here's our extra pressure guy. So we have, look at protection wise, we should be here, here, working this out. Good job to get something out quick for Allen. The times he was quick and getting the ball out, they were more successful. When he had to stand back there and read a little bit, that's when they got into trouble. It was pretty cool. It's a change to a play they ran last year, and it ended up being a play that multiple places ran it, including the Lions in the same season, just a week difference, or actually it was the same day. I think the Lions ran this play, and then the same day the Niners ran it as well. Just slightly different, but essentially the same. Now, this season, they're running the same look with this jet, right? He gets the jet, then this receiver gets a toss from him, and then this receiver tosses it back to the quarterback like they did before. But instead of having the deep shot on the sideline, they just use Debo again to settle up on what looks like a now screen. He's just kind of waiting with all the linemen waiting by. Okay. So I'll let this run. and then I'll go back over it. So right here, yeah, there's the motion him across, right? Give, toss to Pearsall, toss back to the quarterback, set up, throw, and he even settled his eyes a little bit, like he is intending to throw this. I wish he could have, honestly, if you look at it. And Jennings is trying to occupy this defender to at least make the defense think that they will go to Kittle here. But we're just going to throw it here with all of our big guys over here. So throws it. Debo waiting, and there's not a soul over here except for white jerseys. So a lot of space on the sideline. Big gain, 21 yards. So let's look at that play one more time, the design of it. Okay. So Jennings on the vertical, Kittle sneaking out on this like Dover, this deep over. And then you have Debo on this jet. He's going to set up over here. Pearsall is going to get it from him and then toss it back. Where Pearsall is just going to helping here. Christian's going to step up and help seal because they're running essentially a jet. I mean, not a jet, but a stretch blocking scheme for the jet. Everyone's going out this way. And so the idea looks like, since we have all these linemen going to the right, let's just let them get over here, hang out, create a fortress wall for Debo to run down the sideline with. But I like it. Good design. Good call at the time. There. And lastly, back to Allen. He's selling his eyes to this, hitching up and flipping it out to Debo with all of our linemen standing by. It was a good little adjustment to the original play. I like that. Let's look at the end zone angle, how they're blocking this up. You can see all of our linemen, they're all just going this way. Trying to sell, they're blocking for the jet. Cavalry's helping out after Pearsall dishes it to Allen. He's looking to clean up anything else outside of McCaffrey. And Debo is just trotting along, gets over the sideline, just sits and waits. Kittle, you'll see, once he gets the ball, Allen, the center stripe will show him looking to throw there, hitches up to throw Debo. It's a ball. See the center stripe. And I really don't know if this was part of their, like the whole progression, because no lineman is actually downfield in this case, so they could throw this. But I don't know. I'm just speculating, just trying to guess of what they're doing here. But he flashes his eyes. He flashes his eyes to Kittle. Hitches up, gets to Debo. Big game. 105 left in the half. This is a touchdown to Kittle. And we're motioning Debo from, I think he might have been in this bunch. The clip is cut off, so it doesn't show. I think he was in this bunch and is motioning to the vacant spot in between Pearsall and the right tackle. But I'm going to let it run. So what they do, I noticed this in the game. It looks like there are times where they're running like a cover 3, but you have one side playing like they're running some type of man concept. I'm not sure what it is, but what the Niners are doing here is working Kittle. Kind of looks somewhat delayed, and then gets on this like skinny, and got like an angled out, or might have been a little straighter, but and then on the opposite side, you have like an inside release post by Pearsall, and when Debo sets up here, he's going to run this angled out to kind of match the other side. So we have basically two skinnies, right, and two angled speed outs. Lastly, McCaffrey, he checks, doesn't see a blitzer, so he kind of sits up, which should hold 7, keep him down a little bit. But the play and the read we're looking at here is going to be with 33. They're in too high look right now, but it really just becomes a single high where he plays off, he kind of runs into it. But these two, right, look like they're playing man. So once again, kind of like a man side and a zone side. Because them crossing, right, with this switch release where he's in a post and he's in the out, they're crossing, and that's more going to be better for versus man in the red zone, especially. And these two at the bottom of the screen, they're just kind of running to spots of areas of space that should open up in zone. So our read, like I said, is 33. In the process of this play, he works too far to the right towards Pearsall, which allows us to get Kittle in between 33 and Quay Walker, number 7. So watch play. Just watch 33. Okay. Eyes straight down the middle of the field. He takes a peek this way, and this is where I think that this was intended. I think it was a purposeful look off to move 33 to get Kittle. Right, and if you look over here and it's someone screaming open, okay, throw it. But if it looks like a bundle of mess like this, because we know this looks like a man side, but we're seeing zone coverage, and we're going to be better on this side. I think it was designed, look off to the right, work 33 over, and try and get Kittle to the back of the end zone. His eyes moves 33. It keeps working very far out now. Allen readjusts his eyes back to the center of the field as his base and throws this only where Kittle can get it. Right in between these two. Obviously, like I was saying, at him checking out, check releasing to this sit, if I held Walker down to try and get kill the ball in between these two. All right, great play. Got the end zone angle. I think the look off is more noticeable from back here because he starts center stripe splitting right on the center. Right. You can see 33. He knows he would like him to move over so we can get Kittle. So looks over here, settles his feet at center stripe to the right, works 33 way over to the hash to give us Kittle right behind 7. See, as he's dropping back, looking far right, kind of It's like small hitch to get adjusted back a little bit more into this hash now. Sees 33 flying open, triggers him to throw this. Good play. Okay, we're halfway there. It's the start of the second half, specifically 12:22 left in the third quarter at 1st and 10 on the Green Bay 47. So they're back into this double wing look. The two tight ends, one back, Pearsall on line of scrimmage, and Jennings on line of scrimmage. The defense, they're going to see this motion by Mason where he sits up in the backfield. Moves him over. He walks up to the line of scrimmage, becomes the fifth rusher, and 33 essentially replaces him to play man coverage on Kittle. This corner is on Pearsall. This corner is on Jennings. This backer is on Mason, and our read guy is on Sauber. Okay, so Walker is one on Sauber. If he gets outside this hash, once again, if he gets outside the hash, we're throwing it because the dig is on this side. Jennings has this deep dig. Pearsall has the post. We're going to get midfield closed, right? Man across the board with one rusher on the right side. Mason's route, though, he is coming up and running it under across those toes of the backers. So we have a high-low. This post, we're not expecting this post to come open unless the safety triggers down to this dig, right? So it becomes like, all right, well, I'm going to watch Walker first. If he comes down, right, I'm looking for this dig. If I get to this dig and I see this safety jump the dig, then I can take a shot. The other way to look at it is if Walker backs up, out, or just anyway gets any depth at all, I'm probably just going to throw this under because I think he's going to beat this backer. So once again, Quay Walker is the read guy. He is the one that's in position to take away this dig. So if he's in position to take away the dig, he's also the one that's going to come up to play this under. So let's take a look at it. This motion by Mason moves everything around. Now we're aligned how I drew it up. Man across the board. 45 is the line of scrimmage. He is coming, and 33 is now manning up Kittle as opposed to 45. So drop back, 7-step drop, and very similar to what we had earlier. It was on the play action to the stretch play in the first half, where Kittle missed his block on the backside, and Allen didn't get an opportunity to really step up, or at least he didn't try to reposition himself to try that. This time he has a pocket, right? There are some guys getting close, but he has time to make this throw. And when he's making this throw, same situation. Quay Walker followed Sauber out, giving you an actual true window inside this time. My problem is the throw is severely behind. Look at the inside angle. There's that motion. Every bumps over. Quay Walker. All right. He's eyeing Saubert, which is going to give us a big window for this dig. We just can't get it there. You see. The safety is in no way going to make this play. Jennings coming across, but like I said, extremely behind him, and we can't complete it. Is with 8:05 left in the third, it's 1st and 10 on the 49ers 22. And what they're going to do here is align in this 3-by-1. So they're aligned depth-wise, meaning the point guy is on the line of scrimmage, the other two outside of him are off. Similar to a bunch look, but they're kind of spread out. So just a different look. Back is 2, the 3-man side. So we're really getting this 4-by-1, right? 4 to his side with a shut tight end here because he is in line with the tackle and the rest of the linemen. So that's a 4-by-1 essentially, and they're just going to run a dig with like this kind of spray dig where it goes wide and comes back in. Use check is on this little loop return, like shoot return. Debo just runs a hitch, and Kittle is kind of mimicking and mirroring what Jennings on the other side. He's going to kind of do that spray, but based off how he's being covered, he kind of takes a little more vertical, not as flat as Jennings does. And we're going to get McCaffrey step up inside here. The defense, they're just running straight cover 3. So he's working over, there's a deep third. He's going to bail deep third. He's going to keep that outside leverage. He's going to bail this deep third. Meaning that we have a flat, hook curl, another flat. All our bases are covered. So the guy we're reading here, in this case, is going to be 58. Put my little triangle around him. Okay, reading him, meaning if we can get him sucked up on this run action, okay, maybe we can get Kittle behind his head on this dig, or what he turns into somewhat of a post. The other option is really the right side with this defender. Okay, so if this defender stays in the middle of the field, right, we'll be fine. We're just hitting this dig or the other one. If he favors this dig, then maybe Jennings pops open on his. So a couple of different ways to look at it to find that key defender. But this, honestly, more than anything, was just a great ball. Great timing. Kittle almost had like a sixth sense of when to turn his eyes. You'll see what I'm talking about when I run this, but it was a great play. So the action in the backfield really pulls up these backers. With this safety, this backer, Walker, it's not really backing up too much. But we bring him up, and which allows us to kind of get this with Kittle. Gets his foot in the ground. Kittle has just great leverage here. Jennings doing the same thing. It's a thing they do a lot where they have posts and these spray digs coming back, kind of almost to collide with each other in the middle of the field. So he just rips it, ball's out. Great pass. It's right on him. 31-yard gain here. Let's look at the end zone angle. So we watch 58 right here. He really bites on this action, especially with the pull by Pooney. The rest of our blocks. Here. He's going to help out. So, watching 58. He really comes up. That's prompting for Allen to look up, find that safety. Make sure he's not veering over toward Kittle. Doesn't. As he gets it from the ground, he can fire it off. Great timing, great ball. Great play. As this is the interception. So they basically just, kind of going to the well too many times. So it looks like McCaffrey was lined up either outside or just inside of Jennings, and he comes and returns to the backfield to the hip of the quarterback. And they're in essentially a 3-by-1 with one of the three severely behind the line of scrimmage behind the other two. So it's almost like a bunch if he was up here, but we're just going to do it from 5 yards back. There's a lot of people that's out there that have made comments about that in other videos and stuff, and I see it too. It just seems a little difficult to really expect that route's going to develop whatever he runs. I mean, it's going to be so subjective based off the defense there. I mean, I don't really know. I guess it works. I guess it's cool. It's just my opinion. I don't really get it, but it's what they do a lot. I'm sure. I mean, I'm not an NFL coach. I'm just a high school football coach. So, as a high school football coach, I don't really understand that much. But I'm just, like I said, a high school football coach. These guys in the NFL for a reason. I just have my questions. That's really it. But what you'll see here is they're going to run a dig. And yes, it's Debo again. Trying to get Debo again on this dig. This is actually Ronnie Bell in here. He's going to run basically like an under or shallow. And Kittle is going to press this and work vertically outside of all of it. And Jennings is just going to be on opposite side running this, like, speed out. So, once again, right, this dig is going to be taken away by Walker. The only problem is you still have to keep an eye out for the other backer, no matter what. And initially, from the start of this play, before the ball is even snapped, these guys are pretty close together. Okay. So they run a cover 3 here, but they blitz. Okay. They're going to send a fifth. So they're going to run basically a 3 deep and 3 under with 5 rushing the quarterback. We'll see it here. Okay. As you can see, third. He's running like a curl flat. He has this hook curl. Walker has this hook curl. And this other safety, Evan Williams, he is basically working this flat. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I cannot find the 5th, but it's got to be there somewhere. Just behind somebody. So you see right here this window between these two, or this dig, is very narrow. Still, nothing has changed. They've done nothing to try to expand them. There seems to be more of a reliance on holding them low as opposed to trying to stretch them out. But to get a dig, no matter how good you are, you need to get these guys to widen. And instead of widening them, they're just trying to hold them accountable, keep them low with bell here, right? So he triggers down, maybe open this up, but in the end, this other backer could fall into it, which he does. Okay, so just watch Walker though. He stays back. He's letting Bell, right here, he's letting Bell come underneath. No conflict. Comes up late, but I think that the read here is to go to Bell. Let him catch this, and hopefully he can squirt through afterwards. But trying to throw this dig to Debo is ill-advised because the other backer never really got wide, so he was able to play this out. Now, I mean, I'll put the suggestion. If our goal is to stretch him out and get him to trigger down on Bell so that I can hit this dig, I need to do something to get his attention. As opposed to check release then leak out, I want him out right away. But obviously they're bringing 5, so it's a little difficult. But we do have 5 professional linemen. Hopefully these 5 professional linemen can pick up 5. So I would look at this as, let me run Christian immediately. Do his option footwork, and then no matter what, you're cutting out. So we have this out like this. Maybe then this would pull him. Walker would get pulled down enough by a Bell to open this up. But the issue is 58 has nothing keeping him honest, and he can play this, turn his hips right into it. He breaks it up, tip drill right at the safety. Let's look at the end zone angle. So we know we have this under coming, right? So he jumps that, great. But nothing is pulling this defender. He's just dropping his hook curl. Or maybe he's running more of like a little bit of a man, or not man, but middle hook player. Either way, there's nothing to widen him. If there was, I think this would have been a different play. So that is good width. He's outside the hash. He's triggering down for a Bell. But 58 has no one to keep him out here. So makes it hard to catch that. Falls right into the safety's hands. This one hurt. Here it's third quarter, only 3:43 left in the third quarter. It's 1st and 10. They're on their own 46-yard line. They're going to run, you guessed it, another dig with Debo. So Debo, he is going to be stacked with Pearsall. He's going to motion across into the vacant area. It's set inside of Jennings in the tackle. Ball snaps. He's going to run this dig. Jennings is going to run an out. Pearsall is going to get vertical. Just clear this out. And same with Kittle. They need a play action to the left. Okay, so we'll actually have our linemen all going right, except Pooney. He's going to be coming this way. Let me deal with a better color there so you can see. So Pooney will be coming this way. Everyone else is off to the right. Okay, so the action of the pull is very helpful when it comes to trying to attract the eyes of backers to get them up. So, and on top of it, I noticed that they actually run a stunt. So the nose here kind of crashes in to let this tackle get around. And this was another situation where it looked like they were running cover 3, but on one side they looked to be more locked up. So really, he plays Pearsall. Right, 29. He's going to play Kittle, but the other ones are running. Here's a third. Here's a third. So because these are the guys who are dropping in zone coverage. So I think they're just doing a combo coverage based on what they saw in film, and let's see how this all works out. And with the digs, this side, it's going to be 7 again. He comes up, recognizes, ends on a dead sprint to get back. Pretty sure he has an idea what's coming. And was so, he was very aggressive. Was coming up great to getting that way. And somehow, some way, ran out and threw a back shoulder. I don't know what he was thinking here, but it worked. I guess that's mainly why I wanted to see this. It's nothing really too much of the design with it. It's just the fact that threw this back shoulder and it looked good. So we got this play action here. That's a rip, and look at this ball placement. That's awesome. I mean, only where he can get it. Boot action. Get this lined up. Okay, so defense here looks like another combo coverage. It's something to do with the way they line this way in this case, because this safety is going to play this deep third. This corner is going to play this deep third. But 21 is going to stay with Kittle wherever he goes. Other than that, everyone else is dropping off like expected zone. And let me see this here. So 58, hook curl. 7, hook curl. 45 on this rush. Okay. So with this, they're running Kittle across. Use check right here is going to take the inside release, get vertical, and then it to the corner. Jennings has really like a hitch whip instead of like a typical whip where you come in and then go out. A little different. We're going to sell this stretch with Mason. Reach out and get around. And Sauer's going to help out in the run game with the rest of the linemen. So here you're going to have only 3 out in routes. Okay. Defense plays it well, but at the same time, we didn't help ourselves. So we're going to see is an issue with the footing of Allen here as he comes around. There's someone in his face. And you'll watch his footing. He has Jennings with a ton of space on the sideline. But because of this, his feet struggle to get in position to throw this. I don't really understand. He looked really confused. He was thrown off by the pressure, but that back foot slips out, and he just kind of just slings it out there any way he can. Just missed opportunities, kind of the story of the whole game. But it's hard to do that when, I mean, in my opinion, one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, efficiency-wise, really, is not playing. All right, so last play here. Okay, so not a great way to end it, as you'll see. But I like the design of the play. But like it's been all season, you know, we don't make the plays that we need to, and we make the plays that we shouldn't. So in this case, I get this queued up here. So they're empty. Okay. And we're going to run to the screen with McCaffrey. So all these guys on the backside, they all have these like bending blocks where they're upfield and they bend across. Upfield and they bend across. And they're almost like in unison, like they're on marching in parade down the road here. So it looks a little unique. You'll notice it when we play this. But the actual play itself is going on the left side. And so Jennings will kick out this corner, and our left tackle will work out to the end. Our guard will work out. Actually, not our guard, sorry. Yeah, there's a guard, my bad. Our guard is going to work to this safety. Everyone else is going and looking for somebody. Okay. All we're going to do is we're just going to throw a down screen to McCaffrey. No. I mean, it's blocked well. This is the one thing I was saying leading up to this game. I tell my dad or friends of mine, it's like we need to be successful in the run game and especially the screen game. And we had so many chances with screens that we were doing well. In this case is an example of one, even though the game is out of reach, but is really indicative of the entire night. So sadly, at the end of this play, McCaffrey, you're gonna see McCaffrey fumble the ball and recovered by Green Bay. Throws it out. Great blocking. Everyone is on somebody. Now, let me go back and just keep an eye on the backside first. Watch these guys work up, and then almost Pearsall looks at Kittle, is like, do we turn now? Is this when we do it? Yeah. Let's turn. Okay. Just looks kind of funny. But the blocking here on this play is great. Got a lineman out there. Brendel's getting up there to the safety. I think this might be Pooney right here picking up. Yep. And McCaffrey just splits him. Great play, but you'll see the ball right there. That's how it goes down. So, those that stuck with me through all this, these 12 plays, I appreciate you. And please look out for the next video that I do. Have a good one.